Yes.
He's back, so I have begun recording. Welcome to
Amazing.
session 7.
A family affair. So, last we left off, you guys were heading down towards the Burgomaster's mansion to go and meet Ismark's sister to be able to escort her safely to a village that seems to be to the west. When you guys did approach, you approached a run-down looking mansion with rusted gates that are twisted and torn. The right gate is cast aside while the left one is just creaking and swaying lazily in the wind. You can definitely tell there are like heavy claw markings and things, and this place has been heavily assaulted numerous times. And so Ismark basically leads the way towards the front door of the mansion. You guys can follow up behind him, and while you guys all follow up behind him, I would like you all to give me perception checks.
Okay.
All right.
I see nothing.
Oh man. So Beothor and Alcaran.
Yeah.
You both
and
noted. I'm sorry.
Rue got a 17.
Rue got a oh, sorry. Yep. I didn't see Rue up there. Catseed, you are a little quiet. So you guys all, as you're walking around, you can see numerous paw prints as well as what look like bare human footprints.
Can I go over to, I guess, some of the clearer prints and see if I can gain any other information about it?
Sure. You don't even need to make another roll with that because of what you got. So, like, if you take a moment just to examine it a little closer, you can see, like, some of the footprints are missing a toe or missing, like, an entire section of the foot. So you could probably assume that those are made by undead. And those paw prints, they are canine in nature, but they are far too large to be made by any dog. So you could probably assume that those are wolf prints. And then they are basically they seem to have been doing laps around the building, almost to the point where they have worn a path in around the building's perimeter.
And I'll share that information and pointing down to them that these were made large wolves came to attack this place. And then kind of pointing to, but then pointing to the one that clearly, well, if you look at it, there's pieces missing. It's like this one's missing part of its paw. This one's also missing part of its paw, but moving the same as the others. I can only assume then undead wolf creatures, just like the undead we've seen so far being sent here. And he kind of just gets up, stretches from being in the crouch position, and just this dangerous place that we find ourselves in.
Some of them, yeah, you said some weren't wolves, right? Some were undead.
Yes.
Well, undead, but still being canine.
Yeah.
No, there are some that look humanoid but are missing pieces.
Oh, I apologize. I misunderstood. I thought you were meaning that the wolf canine prints were also missing parts of, like, as if they were like uh undead wolves. So scratch that. Then I differentiate, like, there's undead, like humanoid, and then wolves that were crowding this place.
If it is safe to assume that Strahd had powers over the undead when he summoned them to attack us, then perhaps it is also feasible that he has powers over the wolves.
Well,
Yeah,
uh,
I think so. Definitely feasible to think that way with this guy.
This was definitely not an
no,
underselling of how badly he was trying to get at this woman.
Uh, so now I can see Ismark. I can see why you're desperate to get her out of here. But yeah, let's go in. Let's take us in so we can meet your sister.
all right. So, when you guys approach, he just kind of like does 3 knocks, waits a few seconds, does another 3 knocks, and then opens the door and walks inside. Um, and just like in the center of in the like main ancient room, the interior mansion is well furnished, yet the fixtures show great wear. Noticeable oddities are in the boarded up windows and the presence of holy symbols in every room. So like you can definitely see there's a bunch of stuff going on, and the Burgomaster is in a side room on the floor, lying in a simple wooden coffin, surrounded by wilting flowers and emitting the faint stench of decay. In the main room, a young woman with auburn hair, and some wearing some heavy armor and wielding a longsword, basically leans forward and approaches. She goes, Ismark, don't tell me you've lumped these poor idiots to try to whisk me away into some fantasy land. You know I'm not going anywhere. And he's like, sister, you know it's not safe for you here. You can't stay. Every night he comes and sends his minions here to assault the place. How long before your barriers break? She just looks at him and she goes, I am not leaving until Father has been properly laid to rest. You want to help me carry him to the church and see him served his proper rights? Then maybe I'll listen. But in the meantime, I'm not going. This is your time to interject if you wish.
Well, no, the Beathor kind of does like kind of a haughty laugh and just like, she is definitely a fighter. Uh just hopefully you can swing a sword as well as you speak to him.
Well, now hold on.
I respect you wanting to bury your father. If that's what it takes, I'll help you with that.
I was going to advise the same thing. If the major reason why she doesn't want to leave is because of the improper burial, then let's make it proper.
Relocation aside, leaving your father's corpse here to rot is a direct insult to his memory and to his life. Whether you liked him or not, I care not. Bury them.
That's exactly the point that I've been trying to make. He says it's not safe. We don't have time. I do not fear some haughty toddy pompous ass that hides in a castle atop the hill. Okay? I've been bitten twice and I've stabbed him 3 times. I think I'm winning in this encounter so far.
Not bad.
He's bitten you?
If
Yes, he
If
has
you-
bitten me, and she pulls her collar back and you can see where there are 2 basically bite wounds.
Hmm.
What has stopped you all from bringing this body to the church?
The fact that I cannot carry this coffin by myself, and my brother is terrified that we're going to be attacked the minute I walk outside that door.
Is there not guards that you can call upon that you could have called upon to assist with the move?
Do you see any guards in this town?
Well, no, but I didn't know up until this point if there was any.
Up until this point, how long do you think we've been going through this?
Hmm. Based on how the uh, argument has been progressing, I'd say quite a while.
This town has been like this as long as I've been alive. So there's at least that.
Crowley would like to. You said it's like an open casket.
It's a wooden casket. It does have a lid, but
But it's open.
it's not nailed shut. It's like slightly ajar.
Okay. Crowley would like to approach the casket and just see that, like, being that he has like training as a Doom guide, like, has the body been properly seen to for a burial? Like, is it been all prepared, and like it like has the respect for the dead been done here?
You can definitely tell, like, his clothes were changed. He was cleaned up a bit. His hands are folded over his chest, and he is laid in a like proper position in the coffin. Yes.
I think, with your permission, maybe there's like a little bit of an imperfection that like Crowley reaches out and he just like fixes, and then he like adjusts the lid.
Now you maybe like adjust his surcoat or something.
Yeah. Just like he reaches out to to involve himself. Like he sees, this needs to be fixed properly, and then he like slides the lid to properly close it, and he just kind of says, "The relocation mission aside, I will carry this. I will assist you with carrying your burdens."
Hey, I'm not gonna let you do it by yourself. I think me and Ismark, you and maybe one other person, if we can. Yeah, my father wasn't exactly a heavy man, but
I will assist as well.
I'm sure we
thank
should have
you.
not too much trouble. I don't want to say no trouble, but shouldn't have too much trouble getting it to the church if it's close by.
Well, the church is on the other side of town. Like up the road, all the way up at the top of the hill to the north. And she kind of like points out one of the like cracks in the boarding in the window, and you can kind of see up on the top of the hill what looks like a church. You can tell it's probably going to take you a couple of hours maybe to walk there. Or maybe about an hour.
Hey, I'm all for this. I just say everyone get ready. I would say be prepared as if you're going to get into a fight. The way you're making it sound, we might get attacked as we're walking over there. So you're armored up. You're armored up. Make sure you're armed and everything you need. Let's go.
What time of day is it? I know, like, we don't get proper day and night, but like,
It is not nighttime.
okay, would it be nighttime by the time that we got there?
No.
Okay, because that's the consideration. Is the church expecting us?
I haven't spoken to the father. I haven't been able to leave.
You were able to leave to go to the tavern for an indeterminate amount of time.
He was.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was talking to Ismark.
Ismark. No, no. This has been Irina the whole time.
All right,
Yeah,
my bad.
Ismark's just kind of been mousily sitting in the background. If you did want to talk to Ismark, then
Well,
I would
I think he
address that
announced it in
differently.
such a way that like it wasn't like necessarily direct. Like he's just saying it, like not to anybody. Uh, he's been able to leave.
Yeah, good for him. I don't know why he hasn't, but maybe that's because he feels like this is some kind of lost cause. And Ismark just kind of like looks down. You can tell he's a little ashamed of himself at the moment.
It would not suit us well. We would be unprepared to go now if the church is not going to be ready for it, or ready for a funeral for that matter.
I
This
could
day
perhaps.
should be spent to inform the church, and then perhaps when either tomorrow or whatever day that is that they dictate, then we carry the body.
I could
Yeah,
possibly head over there since I'm pretty fast and talk to them for you, and maybe bring your brother with me.
I I don't think that splitting you guys up is a great idea.
I
Um,
From everything I have seen here, I'm pretty sure they are always ready for a funeral.
well, I will say, at least from what I've seen, not many people make it to the graveyard nowadays. Um, I've it's because of, and she points at all of the like holy symbols and ritual glyphs and stuff all over the house. It's because of all of this that I've been able to keep that from happening here. And like, I'm safe here for now. And Crowley, you're probably right. So if you want to go and at least talk to the church, I could stay here and wait. You could take my idiot brother with you.
It is his and your father. He should go.
I agree. And he just kind of, you can see as Ismark just kind of like swallows a little bit in his throat and nods. You can definitely tell who wears the pants in this household.
Mhm.
Okay, so we're heading out.
I think so.
Sounds about right.
Let's get them ready, and then we can come back and
Oh boy.
help this guy out.
Oh no.
Who was it that made the comment about which one of us made the comment about like churches are kind of always ready for a funeral?
That
Me?
was
That was
rude.
Rue.
That was Rue.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps
It
it
was
is
the Claire.
your Lady of Light may dictate that her churches are always prepared for death. But you cannot assume that of all gods.
I would assume that of any place that has an active vampire feeding on its people.
They are clearly overwhelmed with. A proper funeral seems like a luxury. Even a church in the name of Kelemvor have difficulty with the rampant dirge that this place is under.
Funeral pyres might be wiser. Then they're certain not to come back.
Hmm.
Save for their spirits. As you all have told me, they seem to be trapped here. First to enact some loop.
But at the very least, they seem non-hostile.
Crowley just kind of like shrugs his shoulders and thinks on it.
It's also possible they are trapped here and just searching for a way out.
I couldn't say. I've not witnessed it.
I'm just gonna move the piece along. Let me know when I need to stop.
Oh yeah, I figured that this interaction was like while we were traveling or something. Not necessarily to hold us up.
But could we then have been moving? while
Oh
they
yeah,
were
you
talking?
guys have.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys have been moving while you're talking. You get to the intersection here and then stop. I've been rolling on encounters.
Are you telling me
That's
that we get to a crossroads and then something happens?
Probably.
Pretty much.
Oh.
Oh no.
Satan, how did you get here? You're not even part of this pantheon.
Yeah.
Not with that
I do
attitude.
what I want.
Asmodeus is in his pantheon.
Asmodeus
this
isn't
is gonna-
Satan.
This is gonna be really funny.
He's
Oh, no.
Satan adjacent.
Asmodeus is like super Satan.
Ultra instinct Satan.
Ultra instinct, super duper demon Satan.
Looks like
Yeah,
we're
as
both
Asmodeus
not-
Lightbringer? Or, I'm sorry, Morningstar.
We are a person. There we are.
I pulled,
Hello.
I pulled my icon on.
Your nameless icon.
No.
Why don't we always pop in outside the squares?
Because I just paste you and I don't go through all of that.
All that nonsense.
We ascend
Rude.
the 5-foot grid. You get that ability at level 3.
Are we level 3 now?
It's 4.
We are 4.
We are 4.
I had to do a double take.
Oh, good.
Rosen, how come your character icon doesn't have a name?
I don't know.
You don't deserve one.
Because
Apparently.
he was not brought over by the hand of God.
Mm.
Yeah, I skipped a step.
No,
Yeah.
that can't be it. It has to be in his settings.
See, give me a hot second, okay?
How dare you take time to do things? Why can't you just be like...
Because random encounters, okay? Fight me.
We're about to.
We are about to fight you. Exactly.
Let's go.
Exactly.
So everyone thinks that there's a fight. Meanwhile, it's just some Fey bullshit that's gonna pop on the screen. Let's be real here.
Put myself
guys.
next to Rue because I was
That
talking to
doesn't
Rue.
look like a fae.
Sure it does.
Oh, look, a
Oh.
townsperson.
So
Oh, look, a doggy.
you guys see what appears to be a wolf the size of a bear that comes out of the mist and just starts snarling at you as you guys are walking down the street.
I'm assuming you want initiative.
Yeah.
Is that a Kushid?
I think it's a Cujo.
Cujo.
Same thing. Just one's an Irish.
Woof.
Literally, it's a big wolf.
Yeah, yep. I was
Hey,
waiting
look.
for someone to pick up on it. Thank you for
Most of you go faster than it.
Ah, dang it. Oh no, it worked. Haha.
Big doggo.
Okay. Yep, that is big doggo. Big doggo. Okay. Everybody's rolled their initiative?
Yep.
Here's
Yes.
as such.
There you go. Now you have a nameplate. You can be part of the cool kid crew now.
Grr.
All right, Eleanor, it is your turn.
Yay. let's see. Can I tame the big doggy? No, I don't have that spell.
Attention,
Oh.
everyone. We have company.
That's a big boy. Oh boy. I am going to.
Crowley doesn't say this, but like in the headcanon of like the alternate universe where we can be a little bit more sillier with our characters, Crowley absolutely doesn't understand why you called it a good, like a big boy, like a good boy. Like he's like, how do you know? What are the identifying marks of males for wolves these size?
I can imagine him like kind of like hearing that and maybe even tilting his head like slightly to see if he can see what she's seeing, and just kind of like, what?
This is a cleverly disguised Red Rocket joke, and we'll leave it at that.
All right.
That aside, I'm going to do the thing. My brain is not working. Sorry, trying to remember how to do paladin things.
You got one job. Smite.
No, not that one. The other one that gives me advantage things.
The one where you walk forward?
And down smash.
Sheesh.
Fuck.
Well,
we're getting the zoomers now.
If you're a vengeance paladin, you can use Vow of Enmity,
That's the one.
which is your channel divinity.
Yes, that one.
Just ask me. Like,
Yes.
I'll tell you what paladins do.
Says the man who almost always plays a paladin.
But they're fucking awesome, okay?
They are pretty dope.
All right.
Well,
Battle
Warlock's still my
Enmity.
favorite. My favorite.
I think
class.
because it splits up where it puts the different
It's in
channel
features and
divinity.
traits.
It's under bonus actions. So yeah, Vow of Enmity, take that, Bad Doggy. Now we do Smash. 22.
That does hit.
And then I'm gonna add some spice. Because that was awful. That's better.
Ooh.
23.
Green
Or
tags.
24. I can math.
So you pretty much like slice open the wolf. The wolf snarls and howls. It is still standing, but that hurt. And it goes to Ismark's turn. Okay, he shoots the thing for 2 damage.
He's doing his best.
He is doing his best. Okay, Crowley.
Crowley. Hang on, just checking. Yep, Crowley's gonna do the thing that Crowley does. He just moves up. That's 25 feet. I can move that distance. And
Crowley.
what was that?
Crowley Smash.
And Crowley smash. I don't think Crowley's super worked up yet, so like no lightning, no booming blade, just a regular melee attack. Fuck! Alright.
Well, all right
Does
then.
Miss.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. Next.
Alcarin.
She's gonna move right up there. Iqua time.
Iqua time.
This is not an undead. Like, it doesn't deserve Crowley's immediate wrath. He's gonna start out slow. It's an anime fight.
But Alcarin's on this right now.
Okarin's like, I'm a cat person!
Roll damage.
is a 13. Yeah.
So that's 20. Yeah, dude. So Alcarin slashes this thing open with his Ikoa, and it just lets out a yelp and then dies.
Hell yeah.
Alcaran just looks down at the weapon and goes, "Finally, you're listening."
Hold on.
What?
He talks to his weapon. They're friends.
It is you who's finally listening.
He just kind of like starts looking around to see if anyone else heard that.
I'm assuming we didn't.
Actually, yes.
Oh, no, I think
Uh-oh. Is that the neighbor's dog?
At least Aelinor and Crowley definitely heard that, and it seemed to be coming from Alcarin's weapon.
I just stare at it for a second.
That
Pardon?
is-
So you heard it too, huh?
I knew I wasn't seeing things when I saw that shadow.
Crowley's like struggling to decide whether he should be unnerved or like par for the course. So he just like King of the Hill yups and just
Well, at least I'm not going totally crazy. If you're able to hear it as well.
In
Now
times
she's like-
and dangerous places such as these, it is good to know that your mental fortitude is not lapsing.
Yep, that's always important. She's now like looking at side-eyeing her rapier real quick, just like, please don't talk.
Aelinor,
Just
Aelinor, while you're like side-eyeing your rapier and side-eyeing Alcarin's
Ikoa.
Ikoa, give me a perception check.
Yay. No. Oh boy.
Okay, so hold on. Mm-hmm. Also, Fizzbang, I just saw your message. Confirm, yes.
Oh, the one I sent you directly? Yeah.
Yes. I was also just going to send a message.
I'll go over to my Discord then.
Well, not to you, to
okay.
Catseed. I just saw yours because I looked at Discord.
Alcarin, you've expressed difficulty with spellcasting. From where you come, you were a paladin, yes?
At one point, yes. A champion of the light. Although it seems as though that path has been faltering a bit.
He's like clearly like the socially awkwardness is like he's not used to talking to people, so like that's coming across here. I know little of the ways of I know what it means to serve a god. I will think on these things and see if I can't come up with any advice or common ground, that you might receive some fresh perspective on the situation.
I'd appreciate it.
But that your sword talks to you. Perhaps you should... Is this disconcerting for you?
Well, let's just say this isn't the first time there's been communication. I've tried to get rid of it. I've tried destroying it. I've tried selling it. But
The Ikawa.
it's correct. But it seems as though no matter what I do, it always reappears in my hands.
I will think on that. Do you
Akaran just
want to
nods.
get rid of it?
Yes.
Alcaran, since he, or Drozen, since you were formerly a paladin, you probably recognize a gesture Eleanor does as she kind of tries to discreetly detect evil at your weapon.
Alcaran does note, like, I would think he would notice, and he just kind of cocks an eyebrow and smirks at you because he knows what you're trying to do.
But once she does, she looks slightly less concerned once she doesn't get the result she's looking for. Oh, okay. I feel better now. She's muttering to herself.
You have nothing to fear from me.
I was,
Whatever's happening has not deterred me from the light. However, it's deterring the light from me.
it's face. Never mind. She's like tries to words. She's like, just nope. I sound crazy. Nope.
We have tarried her here for long enough.
All right.
Agreed.
Did the wolf carcass like turn to ash like the zombies?
It does. Yes, it does turn into the like mist and get carried up into the wind. In the wind.
Gotcha. I just want to make sure that should I assume that you'll tell us if something doesn't do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, that is a fair assumption at this point.
Okay.
A better way to look at it actually is if I remove the token from your view, it probably got swept away. Otherwise, I will typically put a red X on it.
That sounds really good. Thank you.
No problem. Okay. So, the rest of your trip is pretty uneventful. Oh wait, hold on. Before I get too crazy, let me copy your tokens again, because apparently I missed Alcaran last time. You must have been in a weird corner of the map and I just didn't see you.
The dice roll algorithm made up for it.
Yep, hold on. Hold up, wait a minute. I gotta do some shit for a second.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Put some random dice in it. I don't know. Yo, chat. Check out this this new sweatshirt that I got for Christmas. It's like a Christmassy. Hang on, too tall? No, perfect. It's like the Donkey Kong and Mario video games, but like Christmas themed, of the
I'll be right
abominable
back, boys.
snowman. Like,
Yep.
I love it a lot.
Oh,
My sister got it for me.
You do your thing. I'm gonna be here a second.
Big fan.
Not
I'll
like,
do it.
not a long time, but a second.
Take your time.
I forgot to do fog of war things. That's on me. You can boo me all you want.
No, I won't boo you for that.
We will cheer you for that.
I will, however, take this time to shill Foundry a little bit, because it pushes up rim of glasses. You know, if you had Foundry, there's a module that would have just taken care of that for you. Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I am being a loyal consumer and at least waiting for the revamp before I jump ship.
No, I get you. I support that of you. I think that's very good, and you should definitely do that.
Yeah. I've been GMing on here for 6-7 years now. I've got almost 6,000 hours logged.
800 years.
1,000 years dungeon.
Yeah, that's what it feels like sometimes. All right, you guys should be able to see now.
Be everywhere where we're allowed to. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Crowley is not up front.
Yeah,
This
I
is
mean that's just the way. just the way
Ismark's
you got
responsibility. He should knock on the
No.
door.
I love how everyone picks on the shy guy. All right.
It's his dad.
Fair, it's
Yeah.
it's character building.
No,
It's
Vanthor's
very
definitely gonna go knock on the door.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
And just kind of like just bangs on it. Hello?
So first, let me at least describe what you guys are looking at. So atop the slight rise against the roots and pillar stone that supports Castle Ravenloft, stands a gray, sagging edifice of stone and wood. This church has obviously weathered the assaults of evil for centuries on end and is worn and weary. The bell tower rises toward the back and is and flickering light shines through holes in the shingled roof. The rafters strain feebly against their load. When you guys approach the door, the wooden doors themselves are fire scorched and heavily claw marked.
Banthor does like, knock on the door.
Or for the course, yet another place in the besieged.
Busted.
And then after a few seconds of waiting, he just, hello.
Hello? Come in. The door is not locked.
And then turns around. Apparently, it's open. And he just opens the door and to allow everyone to go in. And now it's open.
And Karin's gonna go in behind Aelinor.
While I reveal the place.
Wow.
Hmm. In that same other world, this is where Crowley would say, watch for splinters.
Hello. I'm Father Donavitch. Please excuse the state of the place. Is there something I can do to help you all?
Yes. this young man needs to make arrangements. As she like, turns and then sees he's not there, it's like, here.
I'm waiting for
Okay.
Rue and Ismark to enter.
Yeah, Ismark approaches and he's just like, yeah, unfortunately my father has passed away and we're trying to assure that we have a place to bury him.
Crowley shuts the doors behind us.
Um,
That's right, DM. Roleplay with yourself.
So he looks down at you guys and he looks back at Ismark. And Donavitch replies, well, if you're looking to to bury your father, you can bring his body here. We will do his ceremony the following dawn. I have a couple of graves that are currently dug and empty out in the back. And I had one actually prepped in your family plot, though I will admit that I did not dig it with him in mind. How is your sister faring these days? And Ismark kinda like slump his shoulders and be like, stubborn as always. You know how she is.
Roll some insight on that.
What are you trying to get out of that?
Just see if he has any ill intentions about his towards the priest towards the sister. That's what I meant.
Okay.
Words.
I thought that was very clever, by the way. The implication being that he assumed that because of the extra attention from Strahd that she would be the one to die next, not his father. Very good.
Okay. He does not seem to have any malintent from what you can gather. Thank you.
What does this guy look like? If I can ask.
Do I,
If you have a
I'll-
description of him.
Boop.
Ah!
That's what he looks like.
Alright. I wasn't sure if there was, like,
Got
more
that
than
bug
just
eye.
his picture.
Yeah, no, not really. He's kind of just like a little heavier set, sunken eyes. You can give me a perception check actually if you were like really looking at him.
No,
For his like features.
Crowley is way back by the. He is not anywhere near close enough to be making a perception check about this guy.
Okay, that hey, all right.
I was asking because descriptors are cool. That's it.
Yeah, but yeah, you from where you are, you can't tell much other than he is a gray-haired, pudgy man wearing robes that mean he follows a church. And so, like, the chapel itself, like, as you guys are here, the chapel is in shambles with overturned and broken pews literally all over the dusty floor. Dozens of candles mounted in candlesticks and candelabras light every corner in a fervent attempt to rid the chapel of shadows. At the far end of the church sits a claw-scarred altar, behind which the priest is currently standing. And next to him hangs a long, thick rope that stretches all the way up into the bell tower.
if nobody else has anything, then perhaps we should return
Um,
once the arrangements are complete.
hold on a second. I need to see something. Weird. Ah, okay. Crowley and Rue, give me perception checks, please.
Sure thing.
That's what I was trying. I was trying to figure out where things were to see who I was asking.
Hey, not the worst.
All right.
Iocrates.
So you both kind of hear what sounds like a humanoid voice, and all you guys can hear is.
Where does that sound like it's coming from?
This room directly to your right.
Crowley just like turns his head and looks at Rue, like a "Did you hear that?" also sort of look on his face.
Rue just nods and gestures towards the door.
Oh, okay.
I'm imagining you both just bumped into each other at the door.
Yeah. Crowley steps back for Rue.
Is the door locked?
No.
Open the door.
Okay.
Oh, I hate that.
So, time and neglect have punched holes in the ceiling of this moldy room, which contains a few broken roof shingles amid puddles of water. And in one corner, set into the floor, is a heavy wooden trapdoor held shut with a chain and a padlock. And you can hear what sounds like a young man through the door now that you are, like, the door is open and you're standing in the room. You can kind of hear a, "Father, I'm starving! You never give me anything to eat! I'm so hungry!" You just kind of hear a, like, inhumanly loud thud against the, trapdoor. And the chain just rattles for a second.
Pardon?
Well, I don't know if we hear that.
Crowley and Rue definitely did.
Rue's head slowly turns to the priest. You have 3 seconds to explain.
Intimidation.
What's going on?
There it is.
There was
What
a
happened?
boy trapped in the root cellar.
Oh.
Hold on. So
One.
We're holding. Come on. Out with something.
that's my son. Okay, listen, let me explain for a second. There's a reason he's down there. You might think me a monster, but I don't know what to do.
Out with it, father. You're ruining our patience.
I'm sorry. This is not easy for me. If you would understand, my son Doru has been turned. He thirsts just like the devil. I've been praying night and day to try to find some way to cure him. But I have been unsuccessful thus far. The hunger he speaks of, it's not for food. He hungers for blood, for souls. That is why I need to keep him locked away, at least until I can find a way to cure him. There must be a way.
Crowley behind Rue says, there is no cure for monsters.
There is one.
Go on, Rue.
I wouldn't call that a cure.
It's
It is
better
a
than how he
solution.
is.
It is a solution. It is the solution.
You can't be talking about what I think you're talking about. That's the exact thing I've been trying to work against. He's my son.
He is no longer your son. And
He still sounds like my son.
you choose to view him as such, what you are doing to him is prolonging his suffering.
What would you do if you were in my shoes? Would you not at least try to buy yourself some time?
How long is the time you have quote-unquote bought yourself, Father? How long has he been chained? How long has he not been fed? How long has he been this way?
Well,
Out with it, Father.
I can't tell you exact days because if you haven't noticed, perception of time is probably is a little skewed here. But if I was to guess, I would say maybe a year.
A year. A year you've been keeping him like that?
Father, you must understand that he is suffering.
I do understand that, but I keep praying for an answer, and all I get are monsters kicking down my door and trashing my church.
That is... Akarin just kind of like holds the bridge of his nose in frustrating disgust.
And for those who are wondering, Ismark is kind of just in shock in the background. It's like I knew your son had assaulted the castle. I didn't know he was turned. That means there's only. And then the father looks over at Ismark and goes, "Yes, it was the devil that did it." Ever cruel he is.
You should
Toying with us.
You should respect the soldier that he once was and put him to rest. You asked me if I was in your shoes what I would do. Well, I just told you. I would put the soldier to rest.
Give me a is it diplomacy, persuasion?
Persuasion.
Persuasion, yep.
Alrighty.
Can I like say one thing so that would help him?
You don't need to.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Do it anyway. Like, characters should still interact
no,
regardless of the dice
if you
roll.
wanna, yeah, you want to roleplay. I will never tell you not to roleplay.
Yeah. So like when he's saying that, I was like, look, I get it, but whatever you got over there and locked that door, said it for a year, he'll break through that. You might be his first victim, or someone living in this town's going to be his first victim, and then his second, his 10th, and he's just going to keep going. This is the time just to let it end.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do then. I'm no fighter. He's far faster and far stronger than I can ever hope to be.
When Crowley was in the room, he was looking at the that's a padlock, right?
Yeah.
Alcarin just takes a piece of the broken pew and then stares at the priest. You've had the means scattered throughout your church. If you will not do it, then perhaps you permit me to do so. I was once a soldier. It would be from one soldier to another.
He does not know. Crowley doesn't speak directly to the father, so he speaks to Rue, and he says, if he does not know what actions he should take now, then the actions he should take are merely to hand us the key.
Alcarin nods.
What? I said that to Rue, but you could overhear it.
Oh, okay.
Gandalf, this story's too scary for you.
He's not whispering it by any means, but he's not talking directly to the priest either.
Yeah. So, Father Donavitch kind of very exasperated, drops his shoulders. You can tell he's kind of exhausted. He drops to his knees, begins really sobbing. And you see him reach around his neck, pull off a necklace, and basically throw it on the floor in front of you guys. When you look, you can see that the necklace does have a key on it. And Father Donavitch is fine. I couldn't do it. I know what he is, but I could never bring myself to harm my own son, no matter what form he's in. Call me whatever you want to call me. Call me a coward, call me a monster, fine. But at the end of the day, I'm a father first and foremost. If you want to put an end to my son's suffering, fine. You're right. I don't like it, but you're right.
You're making the right decision, Father.
That bastard needs to pay for what he's done. I'm so tired of living under his thumb.
He's gonna pay eventually.
There is
I just
but
hope I
one
live to
fate
see it.
for all monsters. That is
I suppose you would know.
probably set his hood up and stuff, but
Well, your eyes glow.
yeah,
So
yeah.
He knows what reborn are.
Yeah, okay, alright. Then yes. Till all monsters are cleansed of this world and cannot know.
Perhaps now would be a good time to return to your chambers and pray.
I think that you are correct, though. What little good my faith has done me thus far. Though, I suppose everything in life is a test. We must remain strong as best as we can. Now, please, if you're going to do this, do it before I change my mind.
Very well.
If it brings you peace, as little pain as possible. Did Alcarin pick up the key?
Yes, he would have, and he's also got a piece of wood to act as a stake.
Yeah, what's more holy than some wood from the pew of a church
Right?
of light?
I thought it was fitting.
If the boy has been turned for an entire year, and he's speaking this to like Aelinor and Beathor, if the boy has been turned for an entire year, even if he has not fed, he will have unnatural strength. Will require all of our efforts.
Do you guys think you're gonna need me on this one? Ismark kind of like says while half cowering behind his sword.
Stay up here. Watch the front door.
That sounds great to me.
See to it that he does not escape these walls.
I don't think he's gonna go anywhere, but I will definitely make certain of it.
He is starved. He will want to feed. If it can slip past, if the boy can slip past us, he will attempt to us.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I was still thinking about the priest. You are certainly correct. Yeah, I will make certain that the boy does not speed past. I will be ready. You see him just like strike it in a not so intimidating pose with his sword.
Yeah,
He doesn't say it,
do
but
that,
like
except
doubt.
less shaking. Less shaking, but keep doing that.
You're getting there.
Your heart's in the right place.
Riley draws his sword, nods to Alcarin.
All right. I guess Alcarin's gonna take point.
You have the
Okay.
key. You kind of have to.
Yeah, I just don't know where the door is for it. Oh, okay.
It's the trap door on the map.
But we can't move through it.
Right.
Oh, I see what you mean. All right, understand.
Yeah, that's
Those of you that do not pass through the doorway are still on the stair, like in the room above.
Right.
But
Gandalf.
or, you know what? We can even just let you guys all get to the bottom of the stairs. That's fine.
all right. Cool. Yep.
Let me do that. That's probably just gonna make life easier.
Oh yeah.
There we go. All right.
You want to say
So
hello?
as you guys approach the bottom of the stairs, all of you can give me a perception check.
What's the lighting like down here?
Say hello.
Lighting.
I see nothing.
You guys can't see.
I've got 60 foot of dark vision.
No, it's very dimly lit in here. Like,
Low light.
yeah,
There you go.
it is low light, but it is basically like there's little beams of light peeking through the floorboards above.
I always roll crap.
All right.
Do I not have low light?
There's no low light. You either have dark vision or no dark vision.
Do I not have dark vision?
I don't know.
Your eyes glow in the dark.
To report not get dark vision.
Apparently not.
All right.
I mean,
But
I don't,
that's
I
okay.
don't have dark vision because I'm just human.
Filthy human.
You don't need night vision though. This isn't darkness, so you don't need dark
All right.
vision.
It's dim, but we
It is-
can see with no penalty.
I have the
Yeah.
ability to give people dark vision.
That's amazing.
This is not that instance. However, Beothor, as you're going down the stairs, you specifically notice, while everyone's looking around at an empty room, there seems to be a a juvenile, a young adult male crawling across the ceiling towards Alcarin.
Oh God.
Above you.
Can I have
Alcrin,
Alfred,
because
above you.
Alcrin looks up immediately.
since we knew what we were walking into, could I have cast protection from evil and good like at the top before coming down?
Yeah.
Like, since I knew I was gonna do this, like just cast a spell and then.
Yeah. Hold on. That does lead me to now. I need to know what that does in this scenario. Oh, look at you.
I got all my buttons set up. It's me. I'm the creature I touch.
Yeah, I understand
Wait,
that.
would that
Touching
protect
yourself.
you against yourself?
It certainly does. There will be no
Technically-
suicide on Crowley's watch of Crowley. He's not allowed. There would be no value in his life. It would he would have only existed to bring more evil into this world.
It's quite
Okay.
literally against his religion.
Quite literally.
All right. So at that point, initiatives, people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah!
Blood party.
Don't forget to click yourself.
Shit. Let's go.
Alright.
Haha.
Bam.
I was casting a spell. Going last in initiative makes sense.
Damn.
My initiative not come up.
Did you forget to click yourself?
No, I did click myself.
No, it literally his initiative didn't roll.
Huh.
Oh.
I rolled. All right, I'm gonna roll it again.
Yeah,
It
it
might
definitely did
be
not come
There you
through
go.
on our side.
Yeah, there we go. Now you're in.
Now we're cooking with gas.
All right, Rue, you are up first.
Oh, that's pointless. Okay, And it's how high up is the ceiling? Hello?
Hello.
I was checking to see if it
Oh,
was.
okay.
It's like 8 feet.
So I could theoretically hit him if I move up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you could definitely stab the ceiling if that's what you're asking, or hit it with your hammer if in that case.
Yes. It's basically trying to do I hit him with the hammer or do I hit him with a sacred flame?
It does hit.
And I am two wielding this bitch. So
Two-handing it, you mean?
what did I say?
Two-wielding it?
Yeah.
He's doing that too.
That one.
And I did take Crusher. So if he's taking that bludgeoning damage, he will get moved 5 feet to an occupied space. Can that section be down?
Yeah, sure.
You wanna pitfall him? Wait, do you mean down as in southwardly, or do you mean
To the
down
ground.
as in into the dirt?
Into the dirt.
Nice.
Into
Yeah,
the
you-
dirt for you.
You
Yeah,
can
but-
move him onto the ground. I'll allow that.
That Donkey Kong slap. No, they're the dirt.
Exactly.
I believe that is my turn.
Okay. Where the fuck did I put the turtle? There it is. Oh, Karin.
All right. Well, now that he's down. Question: what are the rules if I just try to strike him in the chest with the stake now, or do I have to wait till he's unconscious?
Steak? What?
He
Why-
grabbed
Karin's got a
shard
piece of wood, a shard of one of the church pews. He's gonna use it as a stake.
I mean, you could. That is you can.
Alcarin
Okay,
is
no,
operating
no,
under the assumption that he can one-shot this thing by staking it in the heart.
give me a religion, religion check to see if you know whether or not that would work.
Okay, cool.
Can I piggyback on that?
Yeah.
At times like these, I remember that I have a stake in my inventory.
Yeah, I didn't.
So Alcarin is like fully convinced. Crowley, however, you know that only works if they are incapacitated and in their resting place.
Okay.
I think when we were to rewind a bit then, because this would be something that Crowley has known, and we've seen Alcarin eyeing up the stake, and like I kind of let him have it, but before we came down here, I think I would have imparted to you like this information, like.
Okay.
If you wish to stake him, that will be of use. However, there are stipulations and requirements for it to have an effect. Otherwise, you are merely creating a flesh wound.
Alright.
Creatures such as these do not need the use of their hearts, and unless you have incapacitated the creature and placed it in its own place of rest, staking it through the heart with any kind of wood or stake, blessed or no, will have little effect. I would utilize your familiar weapons before I would encourage you to attempt to stake it in combat.
Very well.
And that's our conversation from before.
Okay.
Alright, so he's just gonna echo its face. $21 hit?
Yes, 21 hits.
You never know.
Max damage, gotta love it. Let's go.
That's fantastic. Is it max damage?
13, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a 1d8.
Normally
plus
they're
5.
green when you roll max damage.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know why it didn't come up as green. That's weird.
There is green when you hover over it, but it's like +0 is green, and I don't know why it's calculating it like
Yeah,
that.
that's weird.
That is weird. The formula is correct, but that is weird.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's it.
Hold on while I calculate that. Okie dokie. Eleanor.
All right, let's go. Pretty fast, because I had to squish through people. I'm going to. I'm gonna shoot from here. Don't sass me, Gandalf.
You miss.
Maybe not. Yep. Gandalf, you made me miss.
Is that your turn?
Yes.
All right. So first things first. You can see as some of the wounds that you have inflicted on him begin to patch themselves. And then does 19 hit you, Alcarin?
Hang on. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Just a heads up, your rolls aren't visible for us again.
It's doing that again.
I only said because I knew that it bothered you before.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. Thank you. Hold on. Where's that? Oh, it's probably back here.
And then once you're done, I have a reaction.
Hell yeah.
Okay. I will say this is not damage.
Okay.
Is your thing in response to damage, or is it in response to an attack?
Well, it's a bonus action. So, like...
If it's a bonus action, then you can't do it as a reaction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it has to be a reaction in order for you to be able to use it as a reaction.
Gotcha.
What is it, though? Because if it's something that it would make sense that your character would have done on their turn as a bonus action, like in preparation for combat.
Yeah.
Well, it's Misty Step.
Yeah.
You can Misty Step as a bonus action?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Taller.
Yep.
But yeah, no, not in this instance.
Okay.
So, anywho, so you are grappled.
Okay. Don't I get like an opposing?
You can escape on your turn.
Okay.
It hitting
And
you
then-
is you failing the attempt to not be grabbed.
Yes,
okay.
its claw attack has the trait where instead of doing it damage, you are just grappled. There's an escape DC, but
Would shield work on that then?
well, shield increases your AC as a reaction, so yes.
Yeah. So, well, it wouldn't help. Oh no, it would actually, because it's +5 to AC.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, once he saw that the claw was coming, he would have just casted shield.
Okay, then that attack misses.
Perfect.
So he does not have advantage on the next attack,
Perfect.
which a 13 misses.
Yes, it does.
So there you go. He claws at you, attempts to grab you. You shield yourself out of the way. So the like you summon the shield right as his claw was about to like grab onto your robe, and then as he leans forward to bite you, you just kind of take a step back, and he misses by like just an inch.
All right. Cool.
And then it is Beathor's turn.
Okay. 4, 5, 15, 20. Okay. So he gets about there and stabs at him. This halberd.
Okay. Uh, 25 definitely hits.
Does 13 points of damage. And then, because I have Polearm Master with a bonus action, he's going to return with the butt end of the halberd and smack him again.
Okay.
Cool.
And well, I have to roll. I'd still have to roll for the attack.
Okay.
Still, though.
It's still
Still-
cool.
Yeah.
17.
Very creative.
The 17 does hit.
Okay. And I don't.
Yeah, I don't think I get extra attack until next level. Or something.
Yeah, it's not technically an extra attack.
Yeah,
It's
it
like-
isn't from a feat. So it's 2 plus. It's 2 plus my strength mod. So
It's
that
not a
would
good
be,
attack.
Another 6 points of damage.
All right. Nicely done. Your halberd, you slash across him, getting a decent strike with your halberd on the front end. Then you take the back end and you like crack it across his face. Crowley, it is your turn.
I am gonna move here. I'm assuming that puts me flanking with Beothor because Beothor's reach weapon puts him in melee, so that means that we're opposite.
Yes. So your attacks will be at advantage.
Fantastic. Father Donavitch, in life there are times when acts of good and justice do not feel right. But in this, you must be put to rest. And I'm going to Booming Blade him. Here is my longsword attack. 15? Well, I get that at advantage. Yeah, 15?
15 does hit.
Okay. And is 1d8 plus 3. It's had 4 slashing damage plus it. I don't think he takes the lightning damage yet unless he moves and gets level 5.
Yeah, that's once you get to 5th level, then he starts taking an extra D8 damage at the onset.
Yep. I just want to make sure that we leveled to 4, and I'm not 100% sure what all my changes are yet, so that's all it was.
Remember, I got Crusher to help you with that.
What?
Trust me, I had some confusion when I was looking at that for another character.
I'm gonna action surge.
Okay.
And just do it again. Crowley is clearly like a man possessed. This is what he's built to do. This is what he's meant to do. This is his purpose. He is very much in his zone of like, this is what I am on this earth to do, is to do this thing. And if I do not give it my all, then talk to me about it. Come see me later and I'll tell you more. And so we'll Booming Blade again at advantage. Oh, that was almost on the crit! Oh, fuck. Can I inspiration to do it again, to roll again?
Yes. Yes,
I
you
will
can.
use my inspiration, and it's just one more roll, or is it 2 more rolls?
Just one more roll.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Oh my fucking God.
It's better.
Absolutely disgusting. The investment. I rolled 3 times and got a 10 as my highest roll. Disgusting.
Almost got a crit.
I imagine he's like... I imagine it's not so much at Crowley's like ineptitude to like hit him as much as it is like his heightened abilities as a turned vampire creature. Like he's just super fucking squirmy.
He's very fast.
And he doesn't want to be put down, like, yeah.
Yeah, he's just very fast. He's almost got like almost after image effect going on, like he moves so fast.
Yeah, don't look at this as Crowley sucks. This is like he's a terrifying and like this is a monster that we need to deal with. Like,
I refuse to die.
Rue, it is your turn.
Let me make this very clear. The only person down here you're allowed to bite would be me, and you can try. Protection from good and evil on Alcaran.
yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Is it an action to pull my shield, or is it bonus action?
Bonus.
Bonus.
Then I'm equipping my shield.
Okay. Alcaran.
All right. Listen, child. It is time for you to be put down. And with that green flame blade goes fire. I'm assuming a 12 doesn't hit.
No, it does not.
Nope.
Okay. Hang on just a moment.
How old does this kid look? We didn't really ask a whole lot of questions. We just heard a youthful voice and assumed a child. But how old does he look?
He's like a young adult. He's like late teens, early 20s.
You know,
So somewhere
what,
between 15 to 17, probably, then?
You could guess.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you his exact age, but
No,
you
no,
could
no,
guess.
right, yeah.
No,
Well,
we
there's
know
like a
birth date
difference,
and
right?
time
Because like
and place.
there's young child, there's kid, there's like preteen, and then there's like almost an adult.
Yeah, he's almost an adult. That's
Gotcha.
really where we're looking
It's
at.
just you know, boy.
It's,
Right.
yeah, boy. Yeah.
So, as a bonus action, Akaran's going to utter out a prayer under his breath, and then just kind of just scream out, "Be bathed in light," and then cast Hexblade's Curse, realizing that, holy shit, that's not light, that's something different.
Yeah.
That doesn't work like that.
And he just takes back his hand, sees how much it's shaking, and has an existential crisis in his head. And that's the turn.
It's fine. This is
Rosen, if I've learned anything in this last turn, it's that you're not allowed to say cool things before trying to roll. If you say something cool before you roll, you're gonna miss. It's happened consistently this entire game so far.
Well,
I think I got
so
to
be
say
it.
one cool thing and then hit somebody really good. And like I'm chasing that dragon.
Hey, it's been great.
It has been pretty good, yeah.
Listen, man,
Eleanor.
it all kind of worked out to the character. It's fine. This
It's
is
the
fine.
core. It's
Yeah.
it's actually in the D&D rulebook under the core rules. If you say something cool, you will miss.
So,
Yeah.
question, because I forgot. Do I get advantage because he is like almost completely surrounded right now?
Yeah, you're flanking.
Yeah.
You're flanking. You
Just double
absolutely
checking.
get advantage right now.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. So I'm gonna test that silver sword I found.
Okay.
That's werewolves, but go off.
Hey, you never know.
I will let Crowley actually say that because yeah, he knows that.
Oh no, I think I don't. That's.
To be fair, depending on which setting, silver does change rules.
Sure, yeah.
Well-
No, like this isn't like the time when I rolled an 18 to know that staking a vampire does in fact work. I'm not gonna meta that here.
Oh no. Werewolves are a really
Hell
basic thing, so
yeah.
you would know that.
Cool.
But she did her a crit.
And then I rolled.
Yep, you do get a crit.
Or are we doing max
Mm.
damage regardless?
You're doing well. It's you roll and then you get max on top.
Okay,
So.
so then 7 plus
12.
6, 12 plus smite.
Always
So
use
it's
the spells off of the site.
19, and then smite. So roll me the smite.
That was
Smite is radiant technically, right?
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Oh, that's mine.
I think
and
the like
the
traditional
smite- the
headcanon.
smite doubles for crits
Yeah.
or no?
Yes, the smite
Holy
will double.
shit, that's cool as fuck.
Amazing.
Like in my head, the headcanon for smiting has always been like, and then holy lightning strikes down. But we're underground, so like I'm curious as to like what it looks like for Aelinor to do this.
I just
For-
assume whatever weapon you're using, it just out of your weapon.
Yeah,
Like when Link has full health?
Aelinor uses a rapier, so the way I've been envisioning it is every time she goes for a smite, the tip of her sword glows with radiant light as she thrusts it forward,
Mm.
and then like a burst of light comes out of its out of the entry wound.
Like my
Cool.
fancy sound effect. Choo.
You if you want to envision something else, just you go right ahead. But that's the way I've been looking at it. Okay. So hold on, and then Why is my brain not fucking mathing?
2 plus 2
There
equals
we go.
5.
There we go. There we go. No, I'd like, for some reason, simple addition was a real problem. Okay. So, this time, you notice that the vampire's wounds seem to have a difficult time patching themselves. He will lash out towards Aelinor. I'm
Well,
gonna assume a 21 hits.
Yeah.
Well, you're not gonna take any damage.
Haha.
You are grappled.
Ah! Get off me!
And then this next attack will come at advantage. An 18?
That matches, so yes.
Okay. So then you are going to take 5 piercing damage and 8 necrotic damage. Your maximum hit point total is also reduced by 8 necrotic.
Rude.
By the 8 necrotic damage.
Question.
And you can see that his wounds do partially patch themselves as he drinks your blood.
Question. Because he's all up in my business, can I bite him back as a reflex?
That's cool.
Give me a reflex check. I'll let you reflex check to see if you get an attack of opportunity on it.
Yay!
I think it's a cool enough moment. I'll let you try.
I love it.
Where'd my
Drinking your own blood right back through his neck.
In that
Yeah.
other world, get a
I
room.
mean, Dex save?
So
or-
Dex
Yep.
thing.
Yep, dex save.
Damn it!
Give me that one.
Can I use my reroll?
Nope.
Can I use my reroll?
You can use your inspiration on that if you wish.
Yeah. Damn it! I got my one out of the way though.
Stop saying
You're
cool
just 2
things.
weeks from the bite.
Yep, can't be cool.
It just
Hey.
can't be cool.
To be fair,
Alright.
it wasn't saying it out loud in character. It was just a fun thought.
No, you're not allowed to be cool
Don't
at
even
all.
think
Like,
it.
that's the core of the rule. Yeah.
Don't even think cool things.
Yeah. Try to be as lame as possible, and Strahd will be dead by next session.
Come on, guys. All right, Banthor,
Sorry.
it is your turn.
So
No, you're
Van-
good, you're good.
Reacting, getting just grabbed on and bitten. He's gonna come around this way, kind of like choke up on the halberd and just start stabbing at this guy. So he's gonna first go into a rage,
Okay.
and then he is going to recklessly attack with Great Weapon Master. So let's see how this goes.
Okay. Does recklessly attacking give you like a bonus to
It allows you to
damage?
attack with advantage.
You're flanking, so you already have advantage.
Oh, that's right. You're 100. I forgot. Yep, I'm flanking right with that point, so I don't have to reckless.
Plus,
Yeah,
he's
that's
also
what
on the-
I'm saying, because that
Oh.
gives him advantage against you, so you don't.
Plus,
You don't
he's
need
also
to do
on the
that.
floor.
Thank you.
And he's also on the floor, so that's also advantage.
Yeah. Well, he got up on his turn, but yeah.
No, does not hit.
Roll again.
No, that was with advantage.
Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
You
Was
said, and that's this -5.
Yeah, it would be that. It would be -5 from
Oh,
this.
yeah,
so I
look at
wouldn't
that.
hit.
Oh, your thing shows
Oh.
up weird.
No, it's because I choose to let it roll with advantage instead of like rolling it twice.
I did the same thing.
Yeah, he's doing a thing where he's rolling twice and only showing the singular result, whereas
Yes.
the rest of us are rolling twice and showing both results.
So
He's
on my
done some
end, I
black
rolled
magic.
a 12. On my end, I rolled a 12 and a 1.
Oh.
So 18 was my advantage, but it's 18 -5. So that it would be 13.
Yeah.
So that is a miss.
That is a miss. Crowley.
All right. I guess I'll just, it's boring, but I'll booming blade him. All right, theory out the window. That's all I
You
got.
do miss.
Yep, that's all I got. Next.
Did you roll for advantage?
Oh, I didn't roll with advantage. Thank you.
No, roll with advantage.
Oh,
Roll with advantage.
Here's my other
Yeah.
attempt. Woo!
Yeah!
We take those.
You do take those. You stab the shit out of them.
All right, so it's max damage plus my roll.
Yep.
All right, so my max damage is 1d8 plus 3, so that's 11. 11 plus 5, so 16. 16. Thunder. I think it's 16 slashing, and then I guess 2d8 if he moves. 2d8 thunder if he moves.
Okay.
If I were him, I'd move. He is getting raffle stomped.
Rue.
Do I have an advantage or no?
The only one who
He's-
doesn't.
Yeah, I think you're the only
Okay.
one that doesn't.
I'm never sure if it's the diagonal counts or not, so I want to ask.
Like, if there was someone diagonally directly across from you,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. No problemo.
You still hit.
Good.
Yeah, you don't need to
Good.
fight with somebody. The rest of us roll for shit. You roll okay. Except on
You're
damage,
doing
but at least you
fine.
do hit.
Why did it? Oh, okay, I see why I did that. I was confused why it rolled two different types of dice. So that's 3, because I'm doing
One-handed?
one-handed. Yes.
Yep.
And
Okay.
because I have Crusher, and I hit him with bludgeoning damage, I can move him 5 feet.
Oh no! All right, where are you moving him?
Oh, it won't trigger booming blade because it needs to be willing movement.
Correct. But it gets him off of Illy.
Oh, that's true.
Yay.
Yeah.
Croquet, bitch.
Crochet.
Next.
Alcarin.
All right.
Get behind him.
Why? I could just hit him from here.
He's still surrounded.
Out of game to flank him. Because it's good battle tactics. But do as you wish.
I mean, let's see.
No, if you're gonna be using range stuff, yeah, don't move
Yeah.
in. Aelinor or Rue can move in. Or Beothor.
So this is going to be with the green flame blade. 17 hit.
That does hit.
Nice.
Perfect.
Hey.
All right. And it does an extra 5 fire damage.
Okay. So you cut through the vampire. The vampire, as its body falls into separate pieces, it catches fire. And the two halves of its body burn into ash. And the ash, like, there's no mist in here, but the ash seems to turn into a cloud of mist and then float up through the floorboards.
That's what I was afraid of.
God damn it.
So is it going to reconstitute?
Mm.
Probably at the place it was turned.
Which is the castle.
So it's going right back to the castle, yeah.
Which
Why
also
do we
just means
know
we-
that it was that he was created at the castle?
Because
Strahd has shown himself to leave. He could have bitten the boy here.
But the father told us that he led an assault on the castle.
Out of game, I missed that. What the fuck?
Yeah,
you were like calling him a soldier earlier, and I'm like, what the
told
fuck?
us that that's where he got bit.
I completely
Yeah.
missed that. All right.
It also means that the father is probably not going to be safe here.
I mean, isn't this consecrated ground? Aren't all churches consecrated ground?
He was in the church.
He was in the basement of the church. I don't know how that works.
And we also know that, like, on the outside, it showed that there was things trying to get in, but the father has lived through that.
He's also
So he
said
might have
things
some
have gotten
protections.
in and wrecked the church almost nightly.
That's true. Well,
And the bigger
Well, it's
problem...
his choice, honestly. He wants
Well,
to leave, he can leave.
Here's the bigger problem. Even if the
Doesn't he
boy
need-
had followed...
Doesn't he need a coffin there?
we don't know what is held at the castle. There could be multiple coffins, who knows?
I think the bigger issue is the father needs to stop inviting people inside without checking who it is.
Yep.
I mean, if the father's going to be stupid, it's not really something that we can help.
It's
We
his
can warn him.
choice.
We can warn him until we're blue in the face. But if he refuses to listen, that becomes his problem.
Well, Crowley, you're already there, so you talk to him.
I can't believe I missed that he like all that information because I don't know that I would have pushed for this. Holy shit! If I had any indication that he would, if I thought he wasn't turned here, then I wouldn't have done this. Because now the problem is not treatable. Oh fuck! Oh. Because now it's a bigger deal. Like we've done more damage than we saved.
How so? Like, what makes you say
Because
that?
now he's not dead, and now he's not locked away in the basement.
But we also didn't know if the church would affect the demystification.
We didn't even bring it up, so it's not like it's a factor in our decision making.
I'd like to point out that the GIF I put up that says realization was me realizing this was going to happen.
I think it just becomes explained by like Crowley would have assumed, like Crowley wouldn't have assumed that there'd be a coffin there for it to reconstitute. Like that is, he underestimated how evil Strahd is in this, that he is like he even set this up so like he couldn't even be destroyed. That's how I justify it for the character.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine.
I guess we head back upstairs through the power of us not being able to move through walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He fucking burns up and goes away. Just crowd. Sorry, damn it! He loses his cool for a minute and then fucking goes back to grumbling.
Gonna be okay, Crow.
Well, we should probably inform the father.
Go ahead.
Will not be okay. Our actions were not. We were outplayed here. And as a result, we have only furthered the suffering of that boy.
We did what we thought was best for the boy with what we knew of the situation.
And now he is still afflicted, but out there somewhere, where he can feed on the living. At least here he was trapped. He couldn't feed, he couldn't cause further chaos, he could not spread his disease.
Again, there was no way for us to know that he would just go into the mist.
There wasn't even any mist to go into.
Yeah.
There was no way for us to know that this would be the outcome.
Excuse our actions, however you want, to make you feel better, but I will be displeased with them regardless.
Oh,
Let us go and apologize to his father. Let's just go.
Karin just approaches the priest.
Is it done then?
Regrettably, The deed did not finish. It did not find its target. There was complications. Apparently,
Kind of complications.
he was able to reconstitute, most likely back at the castle. This was an unknowable outcome for us.
So my son's still alive, just now out there somewhere. Probably
Your
killing
son
people.
is dead.
The monster that you held in your basement is probably healing back at the castle. Reconstitution, I would imagine, takes time. I'm not an expert on this, but monsters, when felled, even if they go back to where they came, takes time. They're
I
not.
can only pray that someone finds him and gives him the stake before he causes more harm.
He said the thing that Crowley didn't. Crowley just like slams the door, leaves, stands outside the church. He's very upset. He said the thing that Crowley said.
I go after Crowley.
I'm still.
I'm like fucked off over here, taking a bush or something.
I am still willing to perform the service for their father.
Good.
However, I would ask that you all leave. And do not return until tomorrow. At the least. I need time after everything that's happened. You notice, like, his demeanor has very much changed from one of depression and sadness to one of frustration. You can definitely tell.
Understandable. Gandalf.
Well, very well. We will be back in the morning. And with that, Alcarn turns and goes to leave.
Is everybody leaving now?
Yeah.
No, Gandalf. No.
Crowley's out there throwing a hissy fit, but like if the party leaves, he'll follow.
You guys can continue to interact outside the church, or you can head down as you wish.
Well, guess for now we just try to figure out what other planning we need to do before heading out and get ready for tomorrow morning.
And with that, Ismark is going to kind of walk up behind you guys and be like, I don't know about any of you, but I think I could use a drink after that.
That's a great idea. I will definitely go with you.
Crowley's already spicy from one thing, so I think his willingness to put up with stuff is lowered. So in uncharacteristically, he snaps at Ismark. He's like, and he yells at him too. He's like, you would go back to the tavern now. You have already expressed concern for your sister, and you would leave her alone further, just so that way you could go and luxuriate yourself in inebriation?
I guess when you put it that way, it kind of makes me sound like an asshole. I'm
Consider your
sorry.
actions. What you do with your life. What you do with the gift. If you have concerns, if your priority truly is your sister, then you should ensure her safety. If you wish to move her from your family home, this place that has proven that Strahd himself cannot enter, besieged by the undead and monsters of the night, fair. But you wish to take her from this safety? Fine. But while she is there alone, hours on end, consider that she is alone.
It was a very valid point.
He Crowley blinks, realizing that he's lost his temper. And he yelled at he yelled at somebody who, in his indoctrination and teachings, is somebody he should not have done that. Even the lowliest of the living is higher than him in the teachings that he's been pushed into, and so he realizes
Eleanor's thumbs upping him, woo.
Rue never stopped. He just kept going towards the house.
I'm sorry. I lost my temper.
No, don't be sorry. You're right. You are.
He can be both.
I should not have lashed out as I had. Your life and your
Nah.
decisions are yours to make. Do as you please. I and we will return to make sure that your sister is safe.
I'll come with you. You're right. To an extent, I should take a little bit more responsibility for the things going on in my own life. I've maybe been a little bit too much of a coward recently, and I'll have to admit that. It's just...
I will attempt to atone for my transgressions, regardless.
Just know that I do not view them as transgressions.
You don't, but I do.
Alright. So you guys, overall, it's about an hour of walking. But for the hour goes by pretty peacefully. You do make it back to the Burgomaster's, mansion. I don't know why that word keeps escaping me for some reason.
You got hung up on mansion, but not Burgomaster.
Right? Like, this is weird for me.
Meisterburger.
Yeah.
So, you are at the Burgomaster's mansion. Irina lets you in. And when Irina lets you in, you guys do notice she has a new bandage wrapped around her chest, which is freshly soaked with blood.
Are you all right?
Had something interesting happen to me today. This was a new trick. Shortly after you guys left, my brother came to the door. Or what I thought was my brother. I opened the door, and the bastard tried to fucking grab me.
Okay. No more leaving her completely alone.
So,
Yet you got away
my
with
brother
only a
also.
scratch.
Not for my lack of trying. Not for his lack of trying. I darted back inside.
It speaks to your abilities more so than it does to his lack.
Yeah. I'm no stranger to a fight. I've been training for a long time to kill that bastard. And personally, I would like to drive the stake through his heart myself. But some people think that that's a task better left to better heroes. She just seems very, discontented with that sentiment.
It comes from a place of care and love.
I know. That's why I humor it.
Hey,
It doesn't mean it's not a little insulting sometimes.
maybe one day we'll all meet as heroes. Right now, we're just stuck with each other.
Yeah. Well, it'll be good to at least have some help around. New faces are getting mighty rare these days. Most do not last very long around here. I hope it's different for you. Just be careful. That man is tricky.
May I take a look at your wounds?
Sure. You want to give me a medicine check to look him over?
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Even with your horrible roll, you can still tell that is a pretty savage sword wound. That would drop most people.
I whisper a prayer and run my hand across it. And cast Cure Wounds.
It patches up a little bit. She kind of pats you on the shoulder and she goes, I appreciate the help.
See what you make of her bite mark. She said she was bitten multiple times.
Yeah.
But she has not turned herself as curious.
Well, that's only half of the process.
He's only attempted to drink from you.
He has not been able to successfully bury me. I'll put it that way.
Good.
You know why he's after you specifically?
That I don't. I was out on the town one night. He saw me, said a random name, I think, and then just went crazy. And I've pretty much been dealing with this nonsense ever since.
When was that?
When was that?
Yeah. How long ago?
Maybe a year, give or take.
What was this name that he called you?
I'll be honest with you, I don't remember. I think it was something with a P. I wasn't really hung up on the name so much as big vampire in front of me. The vampire in front of me. I thought maybe for a second I'd get lucky and gut the bastard, but I have since learned it's not so easy. Stabbing him or even besting him in combat is not going to be enough to kill him. In fact, others have successfully defeated him in combat before, though none have survived much longer thereafter.
What happened to those who were able to slay him? How did they fall?
He came back. They thought they won. He caught them off guard. Caught them on the road. The big thing that you can take away from here is, for some reason, he cannot enter dwellings without an invitation. My thinking is that's probably why he tried to take the form of my brother. But he got a little jumpy and tried to grab me before stepping inside. Maybe a little foolish on his part. But I don't know. Part of me also thinks that maybe he just thinks it's a matter of time.
Anyone then here should note that that he could take disguises as our visages as well. Put your politeness aside. Do not ask to dwelling. Just do so to prove your identity.
My door is usually not locked. If it's locked, you will know the knock that me and my brother only know. In fact, you have seen him do it. I was maybe getting a little
also
jumpy.
Unsafe.
Mm.
If he can send
You may have
undead, there are many other ways that he could get to you. Waves of undead, these giant wolves, or even perhaps he could trick the townsfolk somehow.
If he really wanted her out, all he'd have to do is set a fire.
Also, be careful who you trust in this town. It wouldn't be the first time that people have turned to serving him to escape his cruelty.
People can be desperate.
Unfortunate. Cowardice tends to be a very strong pull when you feel desperate enough.
Well, this village has been going through this for hundreds of years. So, it's kind of ingrained in the culture here. Unfortunately. That's why Barovians are a secluded bunch.
Speaking of desperate, I believe the priest said we would do the services at dawn.
Yes.
If we can get there before dawn, we can get this done and on the road.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely something we can navigate. So I guess my suggestion there is you guys grab some space on the couches or something, grab some rest. And then we'll head out probably early in the morning, like before the sun comes up. So this way we have enough time to make the trip.
Is that advisable? Aren't we at a disadvantage during the night?
We need to be there before dawn, don't we?
I suppose.
Maybe...
The ceremony was set to take place at dawn.
That's what he said.
Dawn is not but one moment. Although the hour travel it takes there.
We'll just try to move as quick as possible.
Also, maybe if I cover my face in some way. It's not guaranteed to work, but it might help.
Is Aelinor... I can't remember. Is Aelinor female or male presenting?
Female.
Female presenting?
Mm-hmm.
Could we? What are their builds similar? if y'all are picking up what I'm putting down.
Oh boy.
Maybe. Must beefy woman. Probably.
Like, wait, there's a difference between muscle mommy and lean.
I'm more lean, but my strength is a 14.
I wouldn't say that she is like bulky.
You wouldn't say she'd be thick.
If
but-
they're the same height, a cloak will fix it enough.
A cloak and
Hold
to
on.
swap each other's, generic anime outfit would be plenty.
Oh my god.
So long as their skin, I mean, Aelinor
that-
is pale
so-
AF, but like in the dark and with some makeup, like. I'm just saying.
So Aelinor is actually a little bit beefier.
Nice.
I think that Crowley
But
makes
also-
a suggestion
Are we
that
like the same height? Because the cloak thing will probably work.
Yeah, the
No,
cloak is gonna be
you
negative.
guys are close enough to be believable.
oh yeah,
Alright.
it's not a halfling versus a giantkin. Like even if it's like 5 or 6 inches of different height, like unless you're up close and like scrutinizing the individual, like at a distance, this it works enough, right? Like.
Yeah. So when we head out, we're gonna, be wearing hats, and I'll put my coat on her. It'll be great.
I have a vampires are predators. How do they hunt?
I don't know if I would call what Strahd does hunting.
Playing with food.
Yeah, he very much enjoys the game of cat and mouse.
Okay, but cats use their eyes.
Yeah, I
Dogs use
so-
their nose.
So
So imagine.
IRL speaking, I do believe from a like.
Oh no,
Way
this
that
is
vampires
Brew
are-
talking.
Oh no, I was gonna say at a game, I do believe vampires would hunt with their eyes based on how they're depicted, but in game,
Yeah.
continue.
Yeah.
Would
So
I know this? Would I know this based on the fact of what I am?
I'm gonna let the NPC answer before we go any further. So, Irina will reply, well, you guys have to remember that this place, this land, is all his. And I don't mean that in just that he owns a piece of paper. It is all his domain. As much as some of the deities have demiplanes, you can think of this place much in the same way. He has full mastery here. So, the minute anyone steps out onto the roads and into that mist, he knows.
So then what is the point of putting the cloak on and trying to...
He's
Wouldn't
saying
you
that
know
there
by
is
that
no
it?
point.
Hmm.
I mean, it might buy enough time to confuse him for a second, but I don't see it deterring him from coming. If he wants to show up, as long as we are not inside a building, he will do so.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think he wouldn't. I don't think it'll stop him from showing up. I just bank on this confusing him.
Right,
At least
and I mean,
temporarily.
Any amount of
Once-
subterfuge could be useful.
yeah, and once he's here, then I would imagine he probably relies more on eyesight than anything. So we could definitely try it.
Well, I just want to add in something real quick, and he points at the the clerics, the paladin, the hunter of the undead. You guys this is your wheelhouse. I don't pretend to know anything about vampires or undead, but I know a little bit about hunting. So he's bitten her a couple times, right? Animals mark their prey. So can you tell me if after she's been bitten, could he be in a dark room and be able to pick her out just because of that? Because animals, when they find something and it gets away, they can smell it out. They can find it again. So if this vampire hunts like an animal, after biting her, could find her, anywhere once she's out of this house. But like I said, that's why I wanted to ask you guys. Or at least have a little bit. You have more knowledge than I do about these creatures.
I can't say that I know. I don't know if that would actually have any effect on it.
You're basically asking if there's like a magical connection. That because he's marked her, he now knows.
Lewis, Beathor is asking.
Yeah, Beathor. That's right.
Shit.
Yeah.
You are asking whether or not there is some sort of magical connection that has been forged by the act of him biting her.
Exactly.
Elder Druid, is that anything?
You said it better than I
have
could.
Any kind of insight on?
Yeah, same.
For both of you, you can either roll me insight or history.
Do insight. It's bigger here.
Okay.
Fuck! Saved by the
Okay.
Aelinor. This probably
Thanks,
makes more
PJ.
sense anyway.
Yep. Aelinor, you would know that typically vampires do not have any magical connection to anyone they don't turn.
I believe that doesn't kick in unless they've turned them.
All right.
Like,
So, I mean, I'm kind of for this plan to cover her up, because if that gives us a second of hesitation, that's all we can ask for.
And then if he's focused on me, granted, I'm not gonna outrun him, but I got a better shot.
And to address any concerns of smell, because it was brought up, do you wear a perfume?
No. I don't think anybody here even makes perfume.
You should let Eleanor wear the clothes you're bleeding in right now.
That would be enough.
And then Eleanor, you switch clothes with her.
I also do carry a block of incense that we could...
As we march up the town, burn the incense to further obscure any sense.
Ooh, I like that.
It makes sense.
That's an old
It
hunter's
is a
trick.
funeral march, after all.
Makes sense.
I could put it on my sensor.
Good. I like this.
We have a visual disguise. We have arranged for visual disguise. We have arranged for 2 steps to protect against any detection of smell. There are enough of us with martial capability, and being that you are changing outfits, you might as well, if you feel comfortable doing so, exchange weaponry.
Well, I mean...
That way,
like
everyone is still armed.
It looks like we both use a rapier, so I don't think that's going to make much of a difference.
Unless out of game, unless it's like plain, like if it's decorative, then you'd still want to switch it. If it was like a notable weapon that she wields.
Yeah, no, she has just a nice looking but otherwise normal rapier.
Sure,
Like,
and
doesn't have any
Aelinor is
identifying-
silver.
Yeah.
And so, that's why I'm suggesting switching the weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Honestly, Crowley, I think, has a point. Anything we can do to make you visually look like the other it should be the way we go.
What was that, Kat?
I was gonna say the silver weapon I have is not my rapier. That's the short sword that I picked up.
Oh, my bad. Then yeah, if you just have 2 plain rapiers, then it doesn't matter. But We leave at the crack of dawn, so it is still dawn when we arrive.
Yeah, if we leave just as the sun is coming up, that'll also deter him just a little bit.
My point.
Well, it's as good a plan as any, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should be able to get there while the sun's still rising. So, I think, this sounds as good of a plan as any to me. Ismark kind of just nods.
If this does well, then we can enact similar tactics when we go to move to. What was the name of the other town, Ismark?
Volaki.
Valaki, then.
How far of a travel is it on foot?
It's gonna be a few days at the least, if we don't run into any issues.
So we'll at least have a full day of travel before we have to worry about potential pursuit.
Well, we don't know that, but we'll worry. That is a problem. I'll worry about the funeral first.
We will worry about the funeral tomorrow, when we have to worry about it. Tonight, and with what time we have before you sleep, I'd like to hear more of your plan of this move to Valaki. What your thoughts have been and why you think it will be good to do this.
So, you're gonna probably laugh at me, but
I promise you I will do no such thing.
I appreciate that. I've kind of been basing all of this on a rumor. I've heard that Valaki is somehow safeguarded. Or safer. It doesn't get attacked as much as this town does. Now, that could be because proximity to the castle. But, I don't know. I feel that there's something more going on there. And something that might be able to make a difference. So, that is really what I've been trying to convince my sister to do. Though she's more interested in slaying vampires. I give her credit. She's far braver than I.
Bravery notwithstanding, would you care to hear my 2 cents on the matter?
Yes, of course. You've earned my respect up until this point. I appreciate your advice.
To base the well-being of your family off of a rumor is foolish.
Yeah.
You risk her
I'm
life
kind of worried about that.
in this act. Here you have at least some guarantee of sanctuary.
For how long, though, before the building just gets brought down by all the monsters that keep clawing at the walls?
Unless that is an immediate concern, you have time here. Versus the complete unknown out there. This rumor could have any number of foundings. If Strahd is as blindly enraptured by his desire to take your sister from you, then that could be its own reason for why Barovia is more under siege than Valaki. And when in Valaki, you might find that Valaki is under siege. If Strahd owns this place so truly, there is nowhere safe, as your sister has said.
It is what I've been trying to tell him.
I
There
think
is something
while we have a... Go ahead, Rue.
There is something I could try, but I'm not sure how useful it would be to give us a better answer.
Hmm?
I could cast an augury tomorrow.
Mm.
But it only lets us know next course of action we take within 30 minutes if it's good or bad.
I would not then cast it tomorrow. I would then cast it before the morning before we were to leave. And if the augury would tell us that it would be a bad idea to move... I'm sorry, I have not got your name.
Irina?
If the augury tells us that it would be bad to move Irina, then we should not do that.
Would it not be wise to move tomorrow directly after the funeral, since we'd have all of whatever it consists of his day here?
It may be.
Yeah, if the service is done early enough, we could probably start heading west.
I just assumed we'd be leaving afterwards.
Same.
I do not know the customs of this land. A funeral could be an all-day procedure for all I know. When you are trained in the ways of the Church of Kellumbor, you find that there are very many differences between cultures. Funerals are held in one place with one way, and perhaps it is but an hour. You say your goodbyes and then you mourn privately. In others and other places and cultures, you find that a funeral can take days, weeks, or months, and the process for grieving cannot be interrupted. I know not of the culture here. I did not know what to prepare for, and I did not want to.
Our culture is more privately oriented than most. Public services are usually maybe an hour. And then we mourn independently from there. Some families will set up an extended service for afterwards, but that has not been the case in quite some time, for reasons I'm sure you could understand.
Then yes, perhaps leaving immediately after the funeral could be the best. Would be for the best. I have another question.
Okay.
I've heard the title Burgomaster.
Yes.
Is that akin to a mayor or a position of leadership? And that
Essentially.
was the position that your father held, yes?
Yes, though the position is more superficial than official.
What do you mean?
He managed things like zoning, property deeds, who owns what house. You know, those kinds of things. The things that keep the town actually running. How much tax revenue have the stores paid in the last month? Those kinds of
it is
things.
a position of government importance only, and not as a sense of cultural leadership for the town.
It hasn't been for some time.
That answers my question. Crowley has done a lot of talking, and and Cody doesn't want to to just hog the spot. Crowley doesn't want to keep talking, and Fizzbang doesn't want to hog the spotlight from the other players. So
Yes. All right. Anybody else got anything?
Not that I can think of at the moment.
We should all get
Well,
some rest and prepare.
Panther brings up something that's been on his mind since he heard it, and just no one's brought it up. So I wasn't the only one that heard he came back after being killed, right?
Well, no.
She told the story
Right. He
of,
was
of
felled.
people who thought they beat him.
Right. They physically beat him, but they did not finish the job.
Okay. So what is finishing the job?
As it was with Doru, although Strahd seems to be of a power in a category all his own, to begin to kill a vampire, take it through the heart, perhaps behead it, burn it, spread its ashes. These are common practices, although some levels of power mean that others do not. Some work and some do not. I would begin with those. Perhaps the destruction of his coffin, the destruction of perhaps even the entirety of his castle might be necessary.
See, that's the
Place
other
for
thing I've
him
been
to
thinking
not,
about.
if he reconstitutes at a coffin in his castle, he might be powerful enough that his castle is enough.
What if this whole place is enough? That's what I've been really, really thinking right now. Where she said this place is all his. He can appear out of nowhere. He can go anywhere he wants.
So
I'm just I'm just putting it out there that if we're traveling, we really got to look for people who. There's got to be more people that know something.
just to be clear here, you're not advising that we lay waste to everything here, correct?
No. What I'm saying is that we have no clue. That's what I'm pretty much saying. This guy could, we could behead him, chop him in pieces, turn into that mist like we saw that kid turn into, and just, hey, this is my land. I just can appear out of nowhere.
The suggestion is that if his connection to the land is as strong as he would know simply that that a person treads upon it, perhaps he can reconstitute anywhere within this land. To eliminate such a power would require purification of the land itself, divine intervention, something far beyond mortal ability.
Because from what I understand, he's letting people here because he's bored. So he's got to understand that people go and fight him, and he wants to fight. So
I think
Eleanor, I've been hearing you trying to speak in the background. What were you trying to say?
I believe the term is currently above our pay grade. So unless we really look into this and figure out how to do anything like this, we can't do anything at the moment about it. Because I don't think any of us are capable of purifying much above a barrel of water.
Well, the other option also is, if we're able to, mind you, get him to a weak enough point where we teleport him to another land. That would sever his connection to this land. I'm not saying we have the capability to do so. However, it's an option that we should perhaps look into.
I have heard of powerful spells that can teleport one from one plane to another, but I do not think that they sever one's connection to that eternal plane. If you banish a creature that is in another realm, it still returns to that realm. That connection is inherent to the nature of a thing.
I believe it would disrupt the connection. If
you can give me a Arcana or Religion check if you want to know the details of banishment.
I'm gonna roll Arcana. They're the same. Whoa!
What was
there you go.
What was the other thing to roll?
Religion.
Religion. Okay.
I rolled Religion, and Fizzbang rolled Arcana.
Yeah.
I have plus
It
one
makes more
to roll.
sense. I'm not a divine caster.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Alright, so everyone who rolls above a 15 that is investigating this realizes that banishment has a 10-minute duration.
And
So
those spells I talked about, they only last for but a brief period of time, barely enough to catch one's breath.
But perhaps, if we're able to remove his connection to this area, this existence, it's long enough for us to actually end him. Frankly, based on the stories that we've heard thus far, I don't think we're currently in the necessary capabilities to do so.
Irina will chime in. He's got to have a weakness somewhere. What it sounds like to me is we don't have enough information.
Agreed.
100%.
So we need information.
Do you know of any anyone who's been scorned by him that used to be close, perhaps a confidant that he betrayed?
What do we know of him at all?
Not a lot, other than his family ruled this place a long time ago. I believe there was a falling out between him and a family member of his in the distant past.
Do we know what that disagreement was about?
I'm not actually certain. A lot of the information regarding Strahd's history has been confiscated, for lack of a better term.
Do you know of anyone who might still have something on him, perhaps through backwater channels? We can't be the only ones that are actively resisting him.
You might be surprised on that front.
What of any who might be, instead of resisting him, would not any allied with him have more information? Are there any who work for him, who have devoted themselves more wholly, like we saw in that mansion, in the other manor that collapsed in town? That family clearly worshipped him.
I can't say anything about anybody working for him. Though if there's anyone who knows about the shifty goings-on, or legends or myths long since forgotten, you're probably best to talk to the Vistani.
That was mentioned at the shop. The Vistani. What did the guy at the shop? He said something about them. They're able to get things.
The tavern is owned by them, so
those women.
But hold on a moment.
With the dark hair.
Yes.
But why wouldn't these allies of his just report back that we're looking into him? Like, why wouldn't they report?
Because he wants you to find him. This is part of the game. Don't you get it? This is a game for him.
Of course, but
have you ever played dragon chess?
Yes.
Have you ever laid out a pawn so that somebody would take it with a bigger piece, only so you can then take their piece? It's called laying a trap. But also,
it would make sense.
That man has his own.
It would make sense for them to report back help, but that would be a risk that we would have. That is, of course, if all we did was ask them nicely and had a conversation.
But that is a direction I think we should go and talk to them.
Yeah, that's I don't know if they serve him. I can't speak to either way. I can say that while Barovians keep to themselves, the Vistani keep to themselves even more so. So, and be careful. They
Alcrid and Crowley went at the same time.
Their ire can be devastating. I would try to stay on their good side. Even the strongest of warriors has been crippled by their ill will in the past.
Good to know.
Choking on your hate.
No, I keep laughing because I keep going and then Droza goes It's super funny. It's not funny. It's just
amusing.
Funny. It's amusing.
It is funny. It's really amusing.
Ugh.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
We
So
find
you
them,
guys
talk
rest
to
the
them.
night,
Yes.
Yeah.
or are you gonna go to the tavern?
If people want to go to the tavern, like, I don't think anybody would/should stop them, but Crowley.
Well, the tavern is where the 3 Vistani you know are.
Oh, I
That's
don't
why
think
I'm
we're
asking.
leaving doing
Yeah.
that. I don't think we brought that up to do that now/night, unless somebody wanted to do that.
I would need to swing out to grab some supplies for that spell, if we wish to do that. I believe that the merchant should have them.
You should take some to go with you to do that. I will stay here and do what I can to fortify the building.
I'll go with you, Rue.
I mean, if people were going to go potentially to the tavern, they're in the same direction. Was my main point.
I mean, I think an attack here that happened already here today. I don't think we should all be going as a group, but I'll go with you. We can kind of maybe get some eyes on it, take a look at it, and then after the funeral tomorrow, stop in and have a chat.
I mean, I could always go then to pick up what I need when you guys are talking to the Vistani.
Then you can go then. It's up to you.
I instead of 2 of us wandering the streets, who knows what we'll run into, like another large wolf.
I mean, I didn't even get to hit them. So, I think we'll be okay.
I do like that the Herringon is worried about the big wolf. I don't know if that was like intentional, but that is a really good detail.
And then
And
there's
you
my
should be
character,
congratulated
the
on it, regardless.
What if the bunny is the wolf? Oh man. Oh. So what you doing? What's going on? People resting? Is that what's going on?
That's the rest of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. While you guys are resting, give me perception checks.
Let's go.
Is this perception check around midnight?
I rolled a
No, it's not around midnight. It's just later towards the end of the night.
Important questions. These are important
It
questions
is
to ask.
important. It's not that one. You guys don't need a perception check at this point for that. You know that at midnight
Every
things are
night.
gonna happen.
It's ghost
Yeah.
o'clock.
You can tell when midnight happens because ghosts come through.
Oh.
But
Spooky scary.
spooky, scary, ghosty time. I don't know.
Skelly
The skelly ghosts. Yeah. Well, some of the ghosts are skeleton shaped. But anyway.
We're all blind as fuck.
Yeah. You are all blind as fuck. You rest through the night, no problem.
We don't notice Strahd crawling through the window.
Physically
Crowley
can't do
Crowley
that.
spends like the evening, like he's resting, for the basic of like for the mechanics of it, but like he's like outside the building, like propping up like boards against the window shutters, like just trying to make the place a little bit more defensible, and like so that way if and slash when there's another attack on the building, maybe it will be a little less shit.
Yeah.
But that
Give me
also
a
counts for him like becoming familiar with like the grounds, as it were, because it's a manor. It's a pretty big building.
Yeah, give me a survival check.
Sure. I'll take that.
Yeah, you feel like you're doing a decent enough job. All right.
Productive. And then at midnight, he just kind of like zonks out. He's just standing outside.
And they're like, "Is he okay?" Yeah, he's fine.
There gets to be a certain point where the fog starts to get really, really thick, and you guys are getting really, really nervous that something's gonna happen. You're like, Crowley, come on, Crowley. Nope, the fog passed. I think we're good.
It's like, oh no.
Because Crowley wouldn't act as if he's about to like zone out. He doesn't like even. He's been told it happens at this point, but like he doesn't know it's coming. It just happens.
Yeah.
I do what now?
Yeah, he's just I have no memory of this. I don't understand.
What? You guys are crazy.
No, he believes you. He just doesn't know what to do with that information, or like he also doesn't have that sense that time passes. So like, unless you guys move him or do something, there is no interruption of his perception. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When we're not in danger, we should dress him up while he's passed out.
Well, we're not in danger of Crowley being mad about it.
Harmless jokes.
We get our long rest in.
You do get your long rest in.
Take my
Hooray.
short rest back.
Oops. Wrong button.
Take my spells back.
Oh yeah, that also.
Oh, sweet spells. And fix my necrotic damage.
Yo.
Oh, I don't like that.
I hate that.
Did you guys?
Oh
Uh-oh.
Do max dice rolls.
We don't like that.
no. I don't know if I do either. Okay. Well. Okay, now I gotta find things.
Rainbows and lollipops, right?
Yeah, it's a nat 20. It's the high numbers on the dice, so it's good things. If it was if it was 2 1s, those would be bad because those are the red numbers. Green numbers mean
That's
good
how that
things.
works.
Yeah.
Yes, but he doesn't roll the red numbers.
Oh, me? No, never. Usually not.
Just like, I'm very happy that the dice like to roll really shitty, so when I get Divine Intervention, I'll have a good chance of it working.
So, this is gonna get fucking crazy for a second.
Doom.
Are we gonna have enough time?
No.
Okay.
Oh god.
So, yeah, this is basically where this is gonna probably get
Fine.
We're
paused
just
for the
gonna
night.
we're gonna introduce the horrible thing, and then
You
we're gonna
are-
be like, next time.
We're
Yeah.
gonna be in the wolf's jaws, and then next week is when it chomps.
Oh no, this is much worse than a wolf.
Yay.
It's 2 wolves.
I will say this. So as you guys in the morning are heading out towards the church to try to carry the coffin and stuff like that, you see what appears to be. Hold on.
Oh, let's put ourselves in marching order real quick
We should also have a hapless
before we're
maid.
influenced.
Yeah. Hold on.
So 4 people who are carrying the casket should probably be
Yeah.
in a square, which is not me. I didn't volunteer for that job.
Okay.
I'm not strong.
Do we want to put a casket on the? Sorry, DM. We're giving you more work.
I think it's
Do we wanna-
Blondie, Alienor, and Beathor?
Give me a hot minute.
No, Crowley volunteered, right?
Yeah, Crowley, I assume Beathor.
And
And
the
Alfred.
siblings, right?
Probably.
Not the
Well,
siblings, but they were carrying it.
It would be the siblings, but we would have Eleanor,
Yeah, it'd be Aelinor as Irina.
and Irina would be like as if she was guarding.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
This doubles as a way for Irina to get some bloodlust out, like just to feel good.
We should have just put her in the fucking casket.
Get some
I gotta go back
quality
and
time
get
with
her.
Dad.
So as you guys are approaching and you're wandering through, you guys see the single silhouette of what appears to be one humanoid creature that is shambling your way.
Oh boy.
It's
As
so
the
edgy
humanoid
looking.
creature gets a little closer, you can see it is a armored humanoid with lumps of flesh falling off of its face.
We have
Gross.
company.
Its face is permanently contorted in an expression of rage.
I am concerned.
We have company.
Hmm.
This is why I said we should not leave last night.
We should not leave what?
The 2 of us should not have went out alone last night. Things like this.
We were going to a shop. We weren't coming over here.
Well, at least we're all together.
Is
So
it
do we have?
is it shambling, or is it like at a speed that we should be concerned about?
It is at a speed you should probably be concerned about, but
Okay.
it has a like staggered movement. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can tell that not all of its ligaments are where they should be.
There is a difference between we could outpace this thing and it's mechanically like, ooh, herky-jerky looking.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
just
or
mechanically
descriptorally,
herky-jerky looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, if the answer to this is just move a little faster, guys.
Yeah, no. I will also say, it is carrying a rather nasty-looking longsword.
Hmm.
Neat. Don't get hit by that.
My perception tells me.
For those of you that are here that know things about undead, you can roll me a religion or arcana check.
You are
I am
kind.
proficient in neither.
Actually, my training and understanding has come from a religion base. We roll religion.
I roll like crap again.
I crit, apparently.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's hot.
So,
I like that.
Alcarin, you recognize it immediately as a revenant, which is basically a undead that has manifested for the sole purpose of enacting vengeance on either the person that wronged it or society as a whole.
This is above our pay grade.
I don't believe that to be the case, but be careful. It's a revenant. They exist based purely off of their thirst for vengeance. Whether that be against a specific person or just in general.
Do we have something to fear from it beyond our... while it must be destroyed, is it here for us?
We're gonna
That
find out.
remains to be seen.
Next week on Curse of Strahd.
Good segue.
That worked very
segue.
well. That worked
That
very
was
well.
great. That was a
Yeah.
great way to end it.
Get here early, everyone. You might miss it stabbing our faces off.
Yeah.
All right. So for everyone who watched, thank you all for coming. I appreciate the view. Keep an eye out for this coming Saturday as we will be running our Extinction Curse Pathfinder 2 adventure path. And
Monday.
are we doing it? Yes, we are doing it on
We
the
are doing
first
it.
Monday. That's why I was just
Wait,
trying.
are
I
you
was
running
just
on
checking.
Drozen? Aren't you? Unless Drozen is the only one missing. Drozen, don't you have other plans that day?
On the first?
On Saturday.
Yeah.
On
30th.
Saturday.
I mean, you do too.
I'm part of your plans. Well, I'm not in
Right.
that game though, but you are.
Right. Yes. I will not be around, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's fine. As long as I have 4 people, I still run.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just so long as that communication happens.
Yep. I
I'm pretty
believe
sure I said
it
that
did.
already. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I mentioned that already.
I'm pretty sure that was brought up. Yeah, it's in the Discord chat.
Yeah, there we go.
And Kingmaker on Monday, and we have a new player.
Yes, we do have a new player who some people may recognize from another game we're currently playing.
But you'll have to tune in on Monday to find out.
Yes.
Ooh.
So watch.
Boo? Why did you boo? Don't boo me. I've seen what makes you cheer.
No, I said woo.
Oh, woo.
Woo, okay.
Oh, he's wooing us. Oh,
Woo.
my stars and garters.
All right. So thank you all for watching. Continue to follow my channel for more D&D content, as well as mostly Pathfinder content, and the occasional video game for funsies.
And if
Hope
you
you
missed
all have a great night.
And if you missed the stream in part, or want to watch it without ads, you can go to youtube.com/wizardfizzbang to see the stream VOD, which will be uploaded tonight by within the next hour or so.
Woo!
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 Nice.
All right. And with that being said, have a good night, everybody.
Good
Thanks
night.
for running.
Bye.
Have a good night.